Hey guys, and welcome to Tasmania TV. In today's video, I'm showing you how to do a full makeup base using your airbrush gun. So this is what my face looks like before with no makeup whatsoever, and this is what it looks like after the base has been applied. So before we get started, if you haven't already watched my previous airbrushing video, I think it's called Let's Talk About Airbrushing, go ahead and watch that one first, because that's where I talk a bit more about actually the technique and the products that I use and how to plug everything in and stuff like that. So I put a link in it in the box below, so go check that out first. So the gun that I'm going to be using is one from the makeup school I went to. The brand is called Mite, and it is a dual action gun. The airbrushing products that I'm going to be using are by a brand called Airbrush. These are silicone based, which means that they're waterproof and long lasting, and it's really perfect for just for regular makeup, for evening wear, and since it's waterproof you can go swimming in it and everything like that. So it's a really good product. Oh, and if you hear like a splashing sound in the background, sorry, I have the dishwasher going and I'm in the kitchen, so I hope you can kind of ignore that. The products that I'm going to be using today, first of all, it's the thinner and cleanser. You need this in order to clean your air gun. I'm also going to use the Airbrush Perfect Primer, and then I'm going to be using these 4 shades of product. So I'm going to do both just the foundation base, and I'm going to do some shading, highlights, and blusher. So let's get started. First, I'm just applying the primer to my entire face. And while I'm doing this, I can tell you that the Airbrush products, since they're silicone based, they're not as lightly fluid as water-based ones, so you can actually apply these using a foundation brush if you want to. So I always have, this is not a foundation brush, but just a brush I found. I always have a brush handy when I'm doing airbrushing, because you can do the little corrections around the eye and nose and stuff like that. Now that my primer has been put on, it's time to start working on my base. Since I'm very light, I'm using a very light color. This is number 2, and I'm mixing it with the 0, which is a white one, to get that light color that suits me. So I'm putting about 10 drops of this into the air gun, and then just a couple of drops of the white. When you do this, do slow, big movements. Try not to get too close to your face or too far away, so try to find the distance that works for you. Here we go. So already you can see that the kind of red blemishes I had were covered up. Yeah, let's keep going. Then what you can do is take your little brush and go ahead and dip into the cup to get any extra leftovers, and just spread that. You do that under the eyes if you're not comfortable using the airbrusher around your eyes. It can feel a little weird to get the cold air into your face like that, so you just use this on the areas where it's not comfortable to have air blown, or where you need a little extra, or where you need to even things out. But that is basically it. So my base is done, and as you can see, it gives a nice even coverage. If you stay in one spot too long while you're moving it around, you can get like bigger blobs, so that's another reason why it's a good idea to have a little brush just handy. Oh, and while I move the airbrusher around my nose area, I don't inhale, because inhaling the product is, yeah, just not comfy. Alright, so let's do some shading. For that, I am going 2 shades darker than my regular foundation with this. Just a couple drops. And then just shading where you would normally shade. You can go in with a brush and correct. Oh, by the way, I'm using a 0.4 size needle today. And then switch to doing highlights. I'm using the white 00 one. Again, just a couple drops. And then correcting again with your brush where you need to. And then finally I am going to do blusher, and then my base is going to be done. I have two kinds of blushers, one that is more pink toned and one that is more apricot. I prefer the cold tone, so pink is the one I'm going to use. And I'm using a pump action here. And move in my face instead of the gun. I just find it easier. Alright, so after a bit of correcting, I did get a little bit too blushy on my cheeks, so after a bit of correcting, this is what my base looks like, and it's now done. So if you have any questions about airbrushing, just go ahead and ask me, and here is a preview of an upcoming makeup look that I'm doing in my next video, so stay tuned if you want to see that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!